hair. Damn hair of gold. That working now? Wait. There it is. Does that work? I want to see if that works. Nice. Nice. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Whoa, I got it working like Picow. How did I do that? This is how I did it. 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 Like that. Make critic on this. Like that and like this. Let me get my butt up. Let me get my shut up. Let me get my what up. Let me get my stuff up. Turn it down though. Cause it's a little too loud. Y'all know what's up. I'm a little too proud. I mean slap. Everybody wanna see slap. Hubris. I should. I always say I should, right? I should. Whatchamacallit, just do a folder and to do it automatically, right? Hello, what's up? Hopefully y'all can hear that too. Oh, wrong one. Hello. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. Yes. Yo, y'all ready? This is the pre-show. How you gonna do? How you gonna see me flow? I'ma just wreck it, snap it in two. Cause I be that brother blue. Black and blue, you be like that when I'm through with you. When you'll be like, oh, ooh, ouchie, eachy, blouchy, bleachy. That big D doing Jim the Kid Band, that GB. Kinda crazy and Hitler-like. Let me rewind that for a second. Cause I know that was a little insensitive when I likes to live in a moment and stuff, and I own it and everything, words and verbs and nouns, proverbs and pronouns, adjectives, the synonyms and adjectives, the antonyms, everything things on antonym, semicolon, chimichon, chapazim, zapazim, that dim, zip, do, turn it up, son. Yeah, let's go. Yo, 4 minutes. 4 minutes till we on. 4 minutes till we on. 4 minutes till we on. Everybody wanna try to see how I be. Number one on top, everybody wanna stop this. Me Esgee. And if you wanna try to compete with the brother like Z, hele ho, hele hi, hele billy bomba, wille wille moment. Just make it up. Okay, that was loud. That was loud. That was loud. How you feel right now? I'm gonna bust it up, and I don't know why you think I'm right now. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. It's kinda nice. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. It's kinda nice. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. It's kinda nice. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. It's kinda nice. Kinda nice. Oh yeah. I like how it comes in like this. Kinda smooths out like that. It's kinda nice and groovy, nice and cozy. Yo, it's like a Josie and the Pussycats and all of that. Let me see if I could do something with this. But I think I'm gonna write something to this track. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. Oh yes, I think I'm gonna write something to this track. I think I'm gonna write something to this track. What up, y'all? It's the R9 Cast, the official Black Edition Concrete Super Dope Show for Reservoir9.com, representing allgames.com. I'm your host, Esgee, aka Stephen D. Gibson, aka Electron Bandit, aka I got the sound kind of better. Let's see if it's working on allgames.com though, for real. Not yet. Let me read. No, not yet, man. Everybody wanna be like a jet, man. That sounds more like Kanye. I don't wanna be like that cray. I wanna be my own man. See, I will be more like Esgee. That's the words, that's the verbs, that's the nouns, that's the pros, that's the cons. There we go. Who that is? Yeah. You know what? All right, shut up. You know what? Thank you, music. That is the music from That is a contender for the title screen music of the game that we are making. Asher. Yeah. And that sounds pretty good. I need to get me a hangy thing. You know, I got more stuff to do. Okay, the mic is on my desk platform, which is a big no. You know, you have to have it elevated so it don't rumble and ramble. So when I do this, you hear all the stuff. So we can't have that. So thank you, Tiger Claw. So now you're gonna hear all the gooby gab and all the good sounds, ASMR style. You know, because I got the good microphone. Oh man, you know how you drink the bubblies and the bubbles? That's what just happened. Anyway, how y'all doing? I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's today. And then Jones' birthday. Someone understood. I didn't even. Those were just not even words. But somebody got something from. You know how you hear a song and you like, yeah, those are the words. It's not the words are not the words. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. But then you find out the real words. I'm like, oh. Like your brain was wrong all along. You are misled, misguided, led astray. Plymouth Rock, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock, landed on us. So yeah. No, we didn't see Harry Potter yet. And we just see Ralph Breaks the Internet. You know why? Because I saw Emoji Movie. we're not having this discussion again, Tiger Claw. I didn't see Ralph. I'll see it when I'll probably just buy the Blu-ray or the UHD when it comes out. Cause some movies you're like, you know, I gotta go take Bridget to see Harry Potter, the Wizarding World of Newt Scamander, Demander. Gotta see that because she likes that. Maybe I'll take her to that too, but my vacation's over. Tomorrow's my last day of vacay. So AOA. Tomorrow we're seeing Fantastical Beasts 2. Disney does the internet better. I don't. You know what? You're right because they have more money and they own more of the internet. So sure, of course Disney does better. Of course Disney does the internet better than Sony. Wait, is Emoji Movie a Sony movie? That's a Sony movie, right? I don't know. Yeah, dabba dabba dow. Let me see that thong. I believe it is a Sony movie. And in that case, if it is a Sony movie, then of course Disney. Don't be a hater. Why are you hating, Tiger Claw? Why are you hating on Sony movies, Tiger Claw? J. Miller. That was probably the best TJ Miller. The budget was $50 million. That's it? It made its money back. Columbia Pictures. That's... Here you go. This is garbage Sony movie. Yeah, I got a lot of... I think my mic is... Bring this up. I was trying to balance it out so nice and... Anyway, yes, Ralph is better than the Emoji Movie. Emoji Movie did the concept first. So most of the premise of Ralph Breaks the Internet is it's like whatever, seen it before, what you got new. So in that different IP, Star Wars, Marvel, you know, all those things. Wait, I have a question, Kai Claw. Since this is probably too late, but I guess it is a movie. Like how Ralph breaks Emoji Movie. Tiger, did you see the Emoji Movie? That's the first. The Emoji Movie. Kind of did the same. Not as good, I guess. Oh, well, guess what, Tiger Claw? You should watch it and mind. Own opinion matters sometimes, especially when comparing almost identical premise movies. Emoji Movie, Ralph That Breaks the Internet are one and the same as far as premise. Characters go into the internet. Now, the reason why, what's his name? OG character. The reason why he goes into the internet is, what was it? Another emoji is Princess Emoji is very similar. Princess Emoji went underground as a hacker. She was kind of hidden hacker in something. I forget. It was weird, but it was cool. I was like, okay, that's not bad. It wasn't bad. Like Claw or animated movie from Sony. I mean, you expect bad from Sony, but I'm just saying it wasn't bad like that. But if you're a Sony, I mean, if you're a Disney fan, girl, boy, whatever person, then you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna wish that Disney did it first. Ralph came out first, and like, oh, we're gonna. But I mean, the Emoji Movie is based primarily on OG, and not so much IP, but Patrick Stewart. All right, I have. I want to talk about not which outbreak. Because did they have video? Okay, of course I have. Candy Crush, Just Dance, racing game, and the whole. Well, I'm conflating the two. Conflating Wreck-It Ralph, Candy Crush. They had. I mean, the main thing about the Emoji Movie, he did the wrong. So it all takes place in, for the most part, takes place in one kid's phone. One kid is trying to, la whatever, at this girl, right? And so there's that, right? He's trying to select the right emoji, girl, character, emoji character. He can do all of them. Master, but he doesn't know that yet. Dad can do because he's supposed to be like dad at everything. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say the best, some of the best anime. I would say Disney's. Let's do it, animation war. Let's go. I don't care if Sony's Japanese. It's still the Emoji Movie ain't anime. You know what Sony should do? Since Sony is a Japanese company, right? They should go hard. They should go full on into anime, but make it mainstream, like mainstream anime. That's a bad idea. Cost, it's ridiculous. Nowadays, it costs too much money. It costs more. It costs more money to create a hand drawn animated. Does it's But you know what? I don't. Or it's close. Because I remember Redline. Redline's a special case. Redline is probably the most beautiful, easiest, and hand-drawn animated movie. I gotta get the Blu-rays. But definitely, Tiger Claw when you get a chance, go watch the emoji. It's not gonna be as good as Wreck-It Ralph, but it surprise you. Okay, that's all. But I mean, at the end, happened. He ended up because they kicked him out because he wrong emoji. It wasn't even like half smiling, half crazy. It was like non-face. Anyway, it's kind of weird how it. He's going to some cubes and it's. Judo says anime is niche. Yeah, Sony's niche too. Or niche. I think actually at my type work. Turn it on. Type. It should work. Although, I mean, it will work. But let me actually. Yeah, but. Check it. Yeah, my mic's working. My merc's working. Test audio. Let's see. Oh shoot, that's loud. Hello. What? Yo. I'm gonna make a beat with this, yo. It's gonna be hot, so. I'ma just do it like this and like that. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fat. I'ma put a beat to it. Y'all gonna be like, dang. I'ma do it like this. It's gonna be juicy like tang. Sorry, I'll stop. Yeah. All right. So the way that I have it set up, the way I have my Skype set up is that I have the audio of my computer coming out of I have it hooked up to a 40-inch TV. It's kind of a Frankenstein right now, but we'll go over that. Anyway, so it's coming out of the speaker, so I'll hear you through the speakers, but my microphone will pick it up, so you guys will be able to hear. Wants to send you a message. What? Let's see what let me do the test call. I want to talk.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service.
Hi.
After the beep, please record a message.
Oh my god.
Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Have they ever? Hi, British lady. Have they ever changed that? I don't think they have, but it's kind of cool. I appreciate it.
Hi, British lady. Have they ever changed that? I don't think they have, but it's kind of cool. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's.
If you are able to hear your own
that's
voice,
enough.
then you have configured Skype correctly.
Thanks.
If you hear this message,
Goodbye.
but not your own voice, then something is wrong with your audio recording settings.
Mm-hmm.
Please check your microphone and microphones.
Okay, I got you. I got you. All right, cool, works. So there that is. I got. Oh, let's see where. See, Tiger Claw always be. Tiger Claw is like, yo, let me put up the numbers. I'm like, man, look. Kedra says, when are you going to cut that jump rope off your chin? Never! And there's no E on chin. You put the E not on niche, but you put it on chin. Chin. Oh, maybe that's a French way to say it. The scene from the Disney Princesses is great. Yes, I agree. That commercial's good. Ralph delivers second largest Thanksgiving opening ever while Creed 2 punches up 55 million debut. Ralph breaks the internet is #1 as I predicted. Wow, that's a great prediction, Tiger Claw. You're such a Tigranomimus. Tiger Clamus. Tiger Clamus is your name now. Tiger Clamus. Yeah, that's it. Tykestraclamus. That's what I'm gonna call you now because you predict the future. So Tykestraclamus said, Ralph Breaks the Internet will be #1. I predicted it. I'm Tiger Cromless. I can't even say it. Tiger Cromless. Anyway, so I have to figure out with the camera because I had to put the camera here because to put the TV here is really big. I'll figure it out something better. Doesn't matter. Actually, I put it there so when I do my music, like when I do that, oh yeah, what's up? Y'all want to hear that? Yeah. When I do that stuff, now I could do my super dope. Let me make some hot beats on stream, not on the R9 Hubris Cast show, but on regular. When I'm doing music, I'll just jump on the stream and make music while I'm streaming. So I can have, because I do like music, almost every day. So it's like, why not just stream it? Kaijus, it's not hard to predict. The family movie is going to be #1 Thanksgiving. Exactly. Creed 2 is #2 at 35. Didn't Creed come out like last week though? It didn't come out this week, did it? I don't remember. But Fantastic Beasts came out last week. That was #1 too, right? Boosh. It goes to show you that video games plus internet is great at unboxing. Please. Creed is a sequel. Is it in a line of some of the let's put together how much Wreck-It Ralph made versus the Rocky movies. Why don't we do that? Who won that battle, huh? Tiger Claw? I think the Rocky movies made more since there are like 1,000 of them. Maybe. I don't know. Nowadays, if you're making $1 billion, you never know. Creed came out early, like Tuesday or Wednesday, says Tiger. I mean, it says Kaijudo, sorry. Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, I knew it came out before, but I was like, what? Didn't Creed come out before? And honestly, this is how not big Wreck-It Ralph is in my brain, or Ralph Breaks the Internet, whatever. I was like, oh man, we gotta see Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald, and I wasn't even thinking about. I wasn't even thinking about Ralph. I wasn't thinking about Ralphie breaking nothing. Only Ralph. I always remember Ralph Cramden. Bang zoom. Domestic violence. Ralph. Ralph beats his wife Crandon. Well, he threatens to, but then Alice is like, shut up, you fat bastard. She didn't say that, but that's what she meant in her heart. Come on, we all knew Alice would be like, come on, you punk ass little, We know who wore the pants in that family. Alice be like, please, you know what's up, right, you big fat bastard. You ain't gonna get none of this. Now, see, that's sexist, because if I say she's using her sexualities for the power over the man, which is kind of how it works, then it's sexist, but it's true, but it's sexist. But it might not be. I think it's probably true, because he's a fat slob, and she's pretty, right? I don't know why I'm talking about the honeymooners, but this is the old Jackie Gleason. I'm not talking about Cedric the Entertainer. That don't count. The black honeymooners don't count. Not canon. Mike Epps as Ralph Norton. I'm messing up the words now. Don't count. That was bad. Yeah. It's not 100 times better. Come on, Tiger Claw. You're such a fanboy. You probably got all the princess dresses in your closet. That's how much you fan. I'm not saying you wear them. I'm just saying you're such a Disney fanboy that you collect the Disney princess dresses because you're a fanboy. I'm not saying that you wear them. I'm just saying you're a fanboy. Stop being a boy fan, boy. Thought you were a tiger. Be a tiger boy. No. Fan tiger. There it is. Kaiju says, yeah, people think these shows like Honeymooners and Leave It to Beaver are anti-women, but they are pro-women if you took the time to watch it. Yeah, they are. They are. But you're exactly right, Kaiju. They'll say, oh man, the Ralph Cramden is gonna smack his wife. And then they stop, right? They're like, oh, that's it, sexist. But then Alice is just like, you a punk ass. In her eyes. She don't say that, but it's like, whatever, or whatever she says. I don't know. And I'm like, and then he's always the goofball fool, like, he's always the chump at the end. And Alice is always like, pat, 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 get out of my face, boy. Well, not like, you know what I mean. So, yeah. You know, I Love Lucy's the same way. I mean, even though it was more of a comedy. And, I mean, a lot of it is because of the time of when those shows existed and how society was. So, the tropes, they aren't tropes. That's how it was. Like, okay, women are supposed to be like this, and the shows illustrated how women weren't that way. But I mean, I Love Lucy was different. But they were married. I mean, that was a whole another thing with them because they were actually married and stuff. But yeah, her I Love Lucy is different. Than Honeymooners is yeah. Leave It to Beaver. Once again, the Eddie Haskell. Eddie Haskell was Beaver's was the kid's friend. Would go over and basically he's like flirting with them. He's not really, but you know he's like that. You know, he was like, hey, Miss Cleaver, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm Eddie. You know, and she's like all wholesome. She's the homemaker. And even just the scenario, not like, oh, that's what she wants to do, or no, she's not forced to doing it, or you know, that's just the time it came out, so that was the norm. People now look at it and like, oh my God, so sexist. Like, well, look, I mean, you know, that's the past. That's what happened. That's what happened. Okay, you can't be like, oh my gosh, you know what was sexist? The Salem witch trials. That was very sexist. Among one part of it was that because they burned a whole bunch of witches. And I don't think they burned any male witches, if you know what I mean. All the female, the crazy ladies, right? Oh, she's hysterical. So they poke a poker in your eyeball, and there you go, lobotomy, bang, she's fixed. And then she's just a zombie. That's how they used to fix the crazy ladies back in the day. So when you're complaining about equality, remember. Nah, that has nothing to do. That's just like I said. Back in the day, there's been a long history of treating women very badly. It's better today than it ever was. Even though your boy Trump's in the White House and he's kind of playing games and trying to mess up everything. What he's doing, which is I don't think people realize this. What Trump is doing. Kaijudo says they get on the mom for wearing pearls, but it turns out the actress wanted to put pearls on her neck to hide a scar she had. Oh, see? What does the pearls mean? Anyway, your boy Trump. Everybody's like, oh, Trump is this and that, and oh, he might be a racist. Who knows? I know he's a classist. But the thing that Trump is doing that I don't think people realize, that I realize, that is not necessarily bad. I mean, it's bad that it exists, but it's good that he is bringing it out. He's bringing it up to the surface. Remember, people who don't know, they're like, oh, racism is gone, civil rights and slavery, all that's past. Nope. All of the people from the Civil War, descendants, all the people who are still in that mindset as far as, oh, black people are dumb or whatever, white people are more intelligent. There's still people like that in America. Trust me, believe me. They still exist. They have been existing. And now Trump is like, he took the sponge, it was saturated, and he squished it, and all the racist juices coming out of it. And that's what he's doing. He is shining a spotlight. Whether or not he's doing it on purpose, I don't think he's doing it on purpose because I don't think he's that intelligent. But he's manipulating the populace, and he knows that populace is there, so he's going to use that. He knows they were hiding in the shadows. And he's like, y'all need to come out because I need to win. So come on. And so now we see how racist America is. About 50% racist. About something like that. Probably more. I don't know. Some of them probably couldn't get to the votings, But I mean, if you look at the races down in Florida, whereas Gillum versus DeSantis, it was 49 point something to 49.1 to 49.3. It was thousands of votes. Literally, it was so close. it was ridiculous. And I was like, oh, snap. So, yeah, what Trump is doing is giving the racists the balls again, which is good for us who aren't racist, so we can see who the enemy is. When your enemies are ninjas in the shadows, you don't know. You know, they work and they do things to screw you over. But when they're just out straight and open, it's like, oh, well, at least we know where we stand. There he is. Anyway, that's one thing I don't think people realize. They're like, oh, he hates this and that and the third. But yeah, he's doing. Okay, I get it. Get out of here. Anyway, Kajit says they weren't trying to say women should be in the kitchen with pearls on. It was actually, yeah, exactly. Thank you. I had to get off the Trump train. Trump train. Excuse me. So I wanted to talk about some movies, not Wreck-It Ralph. I want to talk about some movies that it's Black Friday, right? Black Friday had happened. Tomorrow's Cyber Monday, but who cares about that? Black Friday happened. I bought this thing. I don't know if I recommend this yet. It's a Smooth Q. It's a phone stabilizer, 3-axis stabilizer gimbal. I don't know if it works that well. So whatever. It was on sale. Who cares? What else did I buy? I bought a memory card for my phone, bigger memory card, and me and Bridget had a deal. We say, yo, let's go thrift store shopping, the thrift store like Macklemore, you know what I mean? So we did that, and we found a new place. And this new place here, this is the cool thing about this new place. Like, a lot of thrift stores are like hot garbage. They go in the dumpster and they empty the dumpster inside the building and say, good, thrift store's open, and then they just sell garbage. This store that we found is nonprofit. They help out disabled people and all. They have like it's like stores in the front, and then there's like a neighborhood, you know, where people live, the disabled people, and that's what they do, right? So we went in there, and basically they get either overstock or old stock from high-end furniture places, right? So we go in there and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I'm looking around like, hold up, there's some nice stuff up here. What is this? Yeah. I go and I was like, what is this? Right. So, I mean, we went around, and this chair I'm sitting on, $28. It's not real leather, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good chair. I mean, usually this chair, something like this would probably cost on sale probably like $50. So usually about $100. Because I seen these chairs like this, and I owned a couple of chairs like this that were $100. So $28, I bought 2. I was like, yeah, that's good for the studio. Nice, more comfortable. Got a little back on it. I could be like, anyway, got those. Then we walk around some more. Oh, what else they got? And I see a TV stand, right? And they had a bunch of TV stands, but I see one TV stand. It's white. It's got some black glass. Some black smoke glass in the front, and it's got some kind of speaker mesh in the front. I'm like, is that a speaker? Like, no, that's not a speaker. And I look in the back, and there's a sound bar built into the middle of it. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see what's this up with this right here. So I go, and I asked there were like 4 of them there. I was like, okay. What about this one right here that says $59? But you say it was 50% off, right? So $30. Thank you. Got it for $30. Take it home. It had a bunch of stickers and some sticker glue on it. Cleaned it all up, brand spankily new. I was like, okay. And then the center. The thing about it is the center sound bar is built in, right? But it was brand new, so it had the box with the power cord and the remote and all that stuff. Brand new, never been used. I was like, oh, so they must have got overstock and they built them. And I don't know what it was, but I plugged that thing in. I put it. It's so good. It's got a little clock on it. I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. Like, I mean, if I was like an entrepreneur type of dude, I would have bought them all. They're big and heavy though. I'd have bought them all, stripped out the sound bar, sold the sound bar alone for double the price at least. I could have sold them probably for $100 because they're decent sound bars. I think it's a 4-speaker sound bar. So. But it's not like a surround sound bar or anything. It's just, left, right. But it's kind of cool. But that's not even the thing that I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the movies that was. It says, well, this orange monster just had little kids tear gashes on the border. It's in the what? Tear gassed. Oh my god, I can't read. Little kids tear gas on. Okay, what the hell is wrong with? Why? What is wrong with him? That's what I'm like my in-laws like him, right? but they like him because he's not a politician, right? But they don't see the other stuff that he actually is. He's not a politician. Okay, that's fine, but is he actually good? No. But then they say, let's not talk about what he says. Let's talk about what he does. I'm like, are you sure that's him? Or is it that the Republicans behind him kind of like, you know, hey, maybe you should sign this because it's a good idea. Okay, it was my idea, right? Because he's a freaking egomaniac. Anyway, Kaijudo says, you get an Oculus Go, get it, and do R9 Cast in VR. That shite would be dope. I've always, the streams that I've seen of VR have always been awkward and hard to watch because the refresh rate, the capturing VR, it's hard to capture VR with enough frames per second for the viewer, a secondary viewer to actually be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because like when you're looking at VR through your eyes, it looks fine, you know, when you're doing all the movements and stuff. It's nice, it's smooth, like okay. But when someone else is, it's like totally, it hurts. It hurts to look at it. Okay, just I laugh at how all the Trump supporters say we need to come together. Sure, dude, I don't mean stream VR to that's lame. I mean do a show for VR. Oh, well, I'd have to do both. I'd have to do a stream that shows the VR for regular non-VRs and an actual VR. So that would. Tycho says, I wish they built a TV stand that has lots of shelf space. There are some that only has room to put 4 devices. It sucks when you have so many consoles or set-top box. Yeah, so mine, I should take a picture of mine. Mine has, you know, 2 sides and a center. See, the thing about this one also is that it was supposed, in the middle of it is a big space, and it's supposed to have like one of those faux fireplaces where it's like fake fireplace, but I think it actually kicks off heat, but it's just electric, whatever. So it's just like, I was like, because I was looking at the instructions, I was like, what the hell is, because I noticed there was an unfinished edge in the middle. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, it just says now you don't need to do that. Just record with the goggles on. And oh, I see what you're saying. How would I do that? I would need to set up a secondary computer for streaming because right now I'm doing everything on one computer. So that's possible. I'm not gonna get a Oculus Go anytime soon because I think Oculus is getting out of the game. I don't know if they're gonna continue VR stuff, so I think they're getting out of the game. But yeah, my TV stand, the new one we bought, has the 2. It only has spaces for 4. I mean, plus the middle, so 5 or 6, or you can do 6 if you put another shelf in the middle without require work. And then the whole top is, you know, but all I have is a TV on the top, and then I put the cable boxes and the amp and all that stuff inside. All I got is my Xbox One X on my 4K. I don't need a PlayStation 4 Pro on the 4K because it's not even a 4K system. So why would I waste my 4Ks on something that ain't really 4K? Liars. But yeah, I don't know about the VR stuff. I've seen when I was at Best Buy, I saw people buying VRs, PSVRs, and the Spider-Man PlayStation, PS4. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I saw a lot of people getting TVs. And then I saw some people getting like 1080p TVs. I'm like, what are you doing? I guess you don't care. It was like an older lady. I was like, you just don't care. But everybody else, 70-inch LG. I'm like, there's so many TVs. So many. I went to Target first. And I was like, okay. And I went there, and that's where I bought my memory card and something. I can't remember what else I bought. And I got it out of there. I still haven't gotten to the part where I talk about the movies that I bought. And we'll talk about how good and bad and all that stuff about those movies. Anyway, and I went to Best Buy, and I was like, dang, so many TVs. And I was looking at the Sony TVs. Sony has a problem. Sony has a problem. Their problem is that they still think that they are a premier product. And with that mentality, they are charging premier prices, and people are not buying their TVs as much. I didn't see a Sony TV. I saw no one with a Sony TV in their wagon. It was all LGs and Samsungs and whatever the 1080p. I don't even know what brand that was. Nobody had this. And I was looking. I went past the Sony side. The Sony's like all the way in the corner. All like mad TVs. I mean, there was mad TVs everywhere. But I'm like, yeah, Sony, they're not. Because I looked at the prices, right? I was like, okay, their cheapest TV is like $699, I think, for like a 40-inch. And I'm like, that's not right. Because I go over a couple aisles over. $349 for a 50-inch. I don't know, 40 inches were cheaper. 40 inches were $299, I think. Yeah. So they're charging like $400 more than their cheapest competitor, even though technically their 40 inch is probably a better TV, but they're not $400 better. That's like I can get two of these TVs for the price of one of your Sony TVs. It doesn't make any sense. The reason why the PlayStation 4 was successful is because of the price. It's almost like they've done this before too. They don't actually understand how, okay, look, we were cheaper and better. That's why we sold so much. But they don't apply that among all of their devices or hardware or anything. They just say, "Oh, we're Premiere, so we're gonna charge the most. And people are gonna pay for the good stuff." I'm like, okay, but you know where they get their screens from? Samsung. So it's like you might as well just go buy a Samsung. It's probably gonna be cheaper. Same ass screen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I went to Best Buy and I was like, what am I to do? Usually I'd get a game if I didn't have Game Pass, I would have got Forza Horizon 4, maybe something else. But I was like, I already got it. I'm playing the hell out of it. I don't need to really buy it. I'll probably buy the expansions when they come out, but whatever. I was thinking about buying a gift card, Xbox money card, so I can get the expansions real quick and just have them when they come out. I was like, whatever. And then I went walking over to the movies, like, what they got over here? Well, I'm walking through the whole store basically. Looking for hard drives. They had some cheap hard drives, 4 terabyte hard drive for 100 and something. I was like, that's kind of tempting. You slap a 4 terabyte on my X, I'll be good to go forever. But I can wait. I mean, most of the time I'll just delete the crap that I put on that, but I never played. I was like, it's in my library. I can download it later if I want to. So it's not a necessity. I got 2 terabytes combined. The one on X and one on external. Anyway, so I said, let me get some movies. So first I was looking for the Star Trek. There's a Star Trek collection on Blu-ray. It has Star Trek, the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, Search of Spock. What was 5 called? No, that was 4. What was 4 called? The Journey Home? Then Undiscovered Country? It had like 7 Star Trek movies on it. I guess up to Generations. Or not including Generations. Up to, but not including Generations. And I was like, because I saw it way before, a couple months before. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get that later. Ain't nobody going to want to buy that. I went in there, man. That place was empty. I was like, golly. I was so bad. Voyage Home, that's it. My bad. That's the whale ones. Yeah. So Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Undiscovered Country. Wait, 6 was Undiscovered Country, right? Final Frontier, thank you. Final Frontier, Undiscovered Country, and then I think 7 was Generations, I believe. That's just going off of, Final Frontier, Voyage Home. Search for Spock. Okay, so I was watching Red Letter Media dudes. This is a little tangent. I was watching the Red Letter Media dudes. They're talking about they reviewed Star Trek the motion picture, and they were saying how, oh man, it's kind of a mess of a movie. The studio got involved and kind of messed it up a little bit or whatever, but I think they did it for the best, because Gene Roddenberry's idea for the movie was kind of slow. I mean, the movie itself was slow, but it was actually, that's the kind of movie he wanted to make, and that's what they made, basically. Tiger Class says Samsung makes the best TVs since they make their own parts, unlike other companies who use parts from other companies. TCL actually makes their own screens as well, so y'all might be slipping and dipping on TCL, which is a Chinese company, but they do make their own screens, and the screens don't look bad for the price. It's like one of the cheapest ones out there, but Tiger Class says, is Star Trek Motion Picture director's cut version? Oh, I have no idea what they watched. I'm not sure. Possibly. I don't know. It just says motion picture was great because it looked like OG Star Trek TV show. It was I mean, I always liked the Star Trek movies because they looked like movies. That's the thing, you know, when you go from TV show to movie, I've always preferred movies because they just felt grander for some reason. No. Tiger Claw. It wasn't the director's cut, I don't believe. I think it was just original stuff. But I think it was a cleaned up version, but it was the original movie because they had all the old matte paintings and they were making fun of like all the goofy effects. But I mean, you remember it's 1979. So, but their whole problem, excuse me, is that not so much Mike and the other guy who was reviewing it, but it was the fact that Star Wars came out in 77. And that's what the studio heads were talking about. Like, look, Star Wars came out in 77, 2 years before, and it's all exciting. And they were like, and they said basically there was only one kind of battle. What it wasn't, it was just the Enterprise shot some torpedoes at the whatever it was, a hologram wormhole. I forgot what it was, but that's all that happened. And so I was like, yeah, okay, he's kind of right. There's like no, it's Star Trek, you know, it's like a long ass episode. And actually, that's what the motion picture. I never knew this, but the motion picture, they took the script from, I guess it was the pilot episode that they were going to reboot the movie. I mean, the show. They were going to reboot the TV show, but they took that first script and turned it into the movie. So I was like, oh, okay. So I have no idea. Pace says LG OLED greater than Samsung. Yeah. When I went to the wall of TVs in back of Best Buy, I looked at it, I was like, dang, all them pretty, look at all them pretty TVs. So I vowed to myself, next TV I'm get no smaller than 65 inches. Tiger Class says, I like the motion picture, the whole journey they go to find V'ger. Yeah, whatever. And 65 inches, of course, UHD. I'm leaning towards LG, but the OLEDs are a little more pricier than I want to go to. So I think I might do 65-inch regular with HDR and then take it from there. So we'll see. Kaiju says, I can't stand nerd critics. A few are cool, like Angry Joe, Black Nerd, Lamar Wilson, the woman that does all the superhero movie news. But the Red Letter Media guys are good too. I like them too. They're good critics, but I think they made a movie or a short recently, and it was really bad. So they're good critics, but they're not great filmmakers, I guess. But anyway. But yeah, so that was the whole Star Trek thing. And I was trying to find that collection because I honestly just wanted it for Wrath of Khan because that was the first Star Trek that I had seen, I think. And James Horner, rest in peace, was the composer. It was awesome. Look, I'm not super props to Jerry Goldsmith because he's the originator, but James Horner did his thing on Wrath of Khan. It has some of the most memorable music. It's the best thing in the world. I love it. So the music plus the whole when they're in the nebula and it's like they're like blind submarines. It's so cool. And then Ricardo Montalban as Khan, again, reprising his role with his shirt, the V-neck, his muscles all sticking out like I am Kirk. He does the Shakespearean speech and I'm like, yo, that's dope. All right, cool. They did it. So it's good. Yeah, Kaju says, yeah, if you're going to criticize, you better know how to make a good movie yourself. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I try to make stuff, but I'm not good. I have ideas, but my execution sucks. And I bought this Smooth Q, which I had seen. I'd seen reviews and they said this garbage, don't buy it. But I was like, it's kind of cheap, so I'm gonna just get it. See what I can do with it. So I'll probably throw a GoPro in it or something and just do some Steadicam stuff with it. That'll be that. Just another tool. But anyway, so I couldn't find Star Trek collection. So what I did find was, first thing I saw was Predator, the original Predator, the Schwarzenegger Predator. Cause just a long time when I was a kid, I thought Khan was a Klingon. Yeah, the Klingons back in the day did not look like the newer Klingons in the movies, and then these new Klingons and whatever the Star Trek show is now I'm like, what? And I think they explained it, but I was like, I don't care, because it's supposed to be an alternate universe. It's the mirror universe, right? Is that what it is? Or the captain's from the mirror? I was like, I never saw one of the episodes, and I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. Anyway, so I found Predator. It's $20 for the UHD. Now I want to talk about this because it's important. Because I have an Xbox One X. I have a 4K television, not HDR, but good enough for the pixels, for the resolution, for the quality of the image as far as resolution goes. So the problem with Predator, the original, on UHD, and many movies like these, it's from the studios. I wouldn't say it's because I think it's because the studios just want to do a quick and easy flip. That's why I'll give George Lucas mad credit for going back and cleaning up the film reels of Star Wars and printing them basically, and just they're like pristine now. So when you get a UHD version of the original trilogy, them's gonna look beautiful. They're gonna look crispy and clean. They're gonna look like, yo, that's 4K. The problem with Predator is I don't know which version they got, but yes, it's 4K. I'm sure they probably rescanned the actual film, or I don't know what they did, but some shots are super clean. Some shots are so dirty and noisy. I'm like, they added film grain on that, right? Because it's like snowing on the screen right there. And then there's some scenes that's like ding. I'm like, oh snap, that's clean right there. You know? So it's weird when you're watching older movies that you remember, because like the same director directed Die Hard. I think he did this one first, I believe. Discovery, that was it. Esgee Tiger says Star Trek Discovery takes place in the Prime universe. It's just that the last episode it was revealed that the captain was from the mirror universe the whole time. Nobody knows what happened to the Prime universe's version of the captain. Yeah, I know it took place. I know that the captain was the mirror dude. And that's the Prime universe, which is not the Kelvin universe, which is what the movies are now. See, Star Trek has become so, I don't want to say convoluted, because it's only two. It's the Prime and it's the Kelvin. But still, I think that's enough for it to be, I mean, it's the whole time travel thing, right? But here's the thing too, right? I mean, they did time travel in the later Star Trek movies. So did that split off as well from the Prime, or is that still part of the Prime? Because they went back in time with the First Contact, right? And and then the Vulcans came, blah 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 blah, right? So I mean, I guess they went back to fix what the Borg did, because the Borg wrecked. They went back in time and wrecked shop on Earth, so they wanted to go back further to fix it so that the Vulcan, blah blah blah. Douglas says, so season 2 deals with the aftermath of all that since this. So season 2 deals with the aftermath of all that since Discovery is without a captain. Of all that since the Discovery. Since Discovery is, okay, Discovery I would assume is the name of the ship, because I don't know. Then Captain Pike came on and took over. Oh, great, Captain Pike. Wait, so when is this taking place? What time period? So is this before? Wait, Discovery is before Enterprise? Is that what you're telling me? I don't care. I don't care. See what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a second. How is this before the Star Trek Enterprise? Not the Enterprise show, but Star Trek Captain Kirk Enterprise. And then you look at all the technologies like all freaking holograms and stuff. I'm like, come on, son, y'all got to be consistent with design language as far as the times, because you're confusing me. You know, it's like when I look at that's the cool thing about Star Wars, right? Like if you look at Solo, if you look at the technology, Solo looks like it belongs in Star Wars. Solo looks like it took place before A New Hope, because you look at the ships that they were flying. There was a lot of switches. There ain't no holograms. Not really. Just the Jedi stuff with the Sith stuff. That's it. When Captain Pike was captain of the Enterprise, so that's before Kirk came along. So that's what I'm saying, though. The look of the show, I'm not saying like the cinematography or anything, but the technology of the show doesn't feel like it fits with what I know it was in the 50s, 60s, whatever, and they didn't have the budget to make the technology super dope fly and stuff, whatever. But still, at least kind of do that. You know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that looks like way in the future. You know, and part of it is the cinematography, but you know, like I said, Star Wars did it. Star Wars has been doing, like, if you look at Rogue One's technology, you look at Solo's technology, you look at those movies, and you're like, okay. It's not like, oh, everything's crazy. Like, if you look at Last Jedi, yeah, they're 30 years on. So, but they haven't gone way past what, you know, the original trilogy was, right? So I'm like, that's one thing I'll say about the prequel trilogy. I think that was a little bit too far ahead of what the technology was. Kind of. I'd say kind of. You know, I think it went a little too far. Also, Spock appears in season 2. Wait, which Spock? Is it Zachary Quinto Spock? Or because Leonard Nimoy is no longer with us. So who's playing Spock? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, Ty Cloud. Who's chat? Who's chat? Who's Scott? Who's Spock? Oh my god. Kai Judo says, I have all the Star Trek going back in time and other universes. Just go forward like Generation did. Yeah. I hate all this Star Trek. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind what J.J. Abrams did, because he kind of had to, in order to reboot it with younger actors, he kind of had to do it, to go back in time and kind of mess with the timeline. So, I mean, I don't hate what he did. And the movies are cool, you know, but they're different. They're not like what Star Trek traditionally is. It's more of action movies with just the characters, which is fine. You know, it's just a different flavor of the same stuff. It just says, if the designers thought about it, they could have looked at the tech from the 50s and 60s to inspire the look of Star Trek pre-original. Exactly what I'm saying, Kaiju. Exactly. I agree 1,000%. Someone else playing Spock. Let me find a pic. Yeah. That's what I figured. You know who looks like Spock without being Spock is the dude who plays Superman on Supergirl, like her cousin, you know, the Superman. If he had pointy ears and a haircut, he'd look like Spock. Yep. Oh hell no. Oh. Well, who's this dude with the beard? Spock ain't had no beard. He's a Vulcan. He's the mirror Spock. That's the mirror. That's the mirror. That's mirror Spock. That's not bad, okay? That's all right. No, that's Mirror Spock, because you know that the Mirror Universe Spock had the goatee. Come on, son. Come on, son. Why you? Come on, son. Sorry. Yeah, that's Mirror. That's Mirror Universe Spock. Come on, son. It's so easy. Look, he's got dirty shirt on. Come on, son. But yeah, I agree. I think they should have taken notes and been more mindful of the original look, so that it could make sense. You know, even if, like, what J.J. Abrams did was, it was a different timeline, so he can get away with some stuff, but I think his stuff was a little like all the hologram glass and stuff. I mean, it's not really hologram. It's just, you know, glass with the stuff in it, and it looks cool. But that's a little too far, I think. But I did like the aesthetic of the bridge. No, that's not. No, Tiger Claw, you're wrong. Mirror Spock always has facial hair. Period. That's part of the canon. That's how it is. I don't care. You know, original Prime Spock never had facial hair ever. Ever. He never. And when he did, it was the evil Spock. Come on, son. That's Star Trek 101. Come on, son. If that's the good Spock and bad Spock is an albino Spock or something, come on, son. Don't flip the script on it like that. Come on, son. Kaiju says, I'm talking about the TV. We haven't had a new Star Trek since Voyager went off the air. Even every Star Trek after that has been some pre-Trek OG. That's true. Yeah. No, well, yeah. I'm talking about no, I agree with you as far as Discovery. They didn't do it, but I'm just trying as far as aesthetics go within the Star Trek universe, whether it's movies or TV. Because like if you look at the movies, like Star Trek the Motion Picture, it was more than 10 years after. I think it was 11 years after Star Trek ended, right? 68, 60. When did I think it was 68 that Star Trek? Anyway, and then you look at it, right? And it's like, okay, it's 70s, but it still feels like an evolution of what Star Trek would be. Give like 10 years later, this is what the ships would look like, the inside. This is what the uniforms would look like, And then after that, yeah, it's the same. Even though the time period kind of dictated what the technology would look like, it still made sense within the time period of the movies, or what they were doing, sequentially in the movies. And the same would go for the TV shows because they are part of the same universe. The Prime universe exists in the show and the movies. So as far as design goes, they should be the same. It shouldn't matter if it's on TV or the movies. If it's the Prime universe, the timeline should make sense. Aesthetics should make sense within the timeline. That's, and that's why Enterprise was okay. I didn't mind it because I was like, okay, yep, that looks like something that would be the first Enterprise. Sure. Okay. That makes sense. It wasn't all super high tech. It looked like a freaking warehouse, basically. It's all dark and it looked like a submarine, actually, inside. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. And they had a sexy Vulcan. I was like, I like that right there. I'm not playing that. I'm not gonna play. I'm not playing that, Tiger Claw. Yeah, I don't like his face. Too much hair on it. Shave that stuff off. Freaking, you shaved your eyebrows. You couldn't shave your face. Come on, son. Ain't no Vulcan got that much face on their hair. Hair on their face. Did what's his dad's name? Sabak? Is that his name? Did he have facial hair? No. Never. Not in the movie. Not in the other movies. The movies before the movie. The Prime, the Kelvin. Not in the TV show. I don't think he had hair in the TV show. I don't believe so. Even Khan didn't have facial hair. Khan. That's so good. Them talking back and forth. That's so good. Oh, Wrath of Khan. To me, Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek. Even with all the Kelvin and J.J. Abrams, Wrath of Khan is still the best Star Trek. Even though the effects with the giant ear and the worm and it looks so fake and goofy, still the best Star Trek. Tycho says, here's the thing about this show. They had to change the look of the Enterprise a bit for copyright reasons? What? Wait. Huh? Well, okay, wait. I think I heard something about that, but I don't understand. So the show, the show is on CBS All Access, which is CBS's streaming. The CBS, it's Paramount, right? They had to get the rights from Paramount. I don't remember now. I think that's what it is, right? Paramount owns it, so CBS had to get the rights to Paramount from Paramount. That's so dumb. That's dumb. And I don't like the way that Enterprise looks. It looks like a flat piece of garbage. But whatever. I don't, I'm not, whatever. I haven't watched this, so I can't really. I think I saw like a 10-minute teaser of Star Trek Discovery. And they showed the little black girl who's, I guess she's half Vulcan or something. Whatever. And I keep hearing stuff like, oh man, this is a dumb show, and she's dumb, and her motivations are dumb, and dumb. And they're talking about really just the characters. I'm like, I don't care. Anyway, Predator. UHD. Predator. UHD. So, Predator UHD. Okay, so here's a warning. If you can't get it on sale, cheap, don't really buy it unless they have a better version. Because, like I said, some parts of it beautiful, but when it starts, I'm like, okay, that doesn't look like 4K. That looks like some old DVD right there. Some shots look like the part where he falls into the water. Like, he falls off the cliff and he goes into the water, and as we saw it in the theaters on cable, blah, 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 it was kind of a zoomed in shot. So it was like I don't know, just some dude on the side with a camcorder, and they took that footage because that was the only, I guess all the other cameras broke or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was a test footage. I don't know what the deal was, but that's the one that they did. And it was zoomed in because it was super pixelated, and it was like slow motion. So it was like all kind of artifacts, and just, it was bad. It was bad. And so I'm like, okay, well, that part always looked bad. I don't know how they could clean that up because of the zoomed in effect. It's kind of hard to clean zoomed in footage like that. And this is all film, so it should be easier because there is not as much. There shouldn't be any pixelation actually. Just the quality diminishes. It's weird when you're talking about film versus digital. When you zoom into film, it's different. It just doesn't look as good. It's like you don't start to see pixels or anything. It's just it's hard to describe. I would have to look under a microscope and see. But anyway, so is that the sound was all over the place. The sound was so bad. I'm like, dang, yo, it's like the sound mix is bad on it. The dialogue tracks are low for the most part. The explosions are way too loud, and the music way loud. And so I'm like, I'm turning it up, turning it down. Like, oh man, it's real bad. But there's some good, and I mean, aside just like the technical part of the image quality, it's a 80s, it's 87, it's an 80s movie, right? So it's okay. But if you know about movies or know about making movies and all that stuff, you look at the cinematography and you look at kind of some of the tricks that they use, like, oh yeah, this is what they did, this is what they did. It's really a goofy movie, and I thought this movie was, oh man, this is the best movie. It's a slow movie. This is not an action movie. This is like a suspenseful walk through the jungle. They're being hunted by the predator. So I remember the Predator. I remembered it as, oh, it's the Predator. It's cool. He's invisible. It's badass, right? But watching it again, it's like, oh man, this movie is really slow. Like, if this movie came out today, it would get not good ratings because it's so slow. The best part happens when Arnold Schwarzenegger gets shot and he falls to the ground and he says the famous line, "No, go, get to the chopper." That's when the movie jumps off. Even then, there's some slow parts because the montage where he's making the bow, and he's chesting it out, and goes through the tree, and the pressure. That's the best part of the movie, is when he gets to get to the chopper and then boom. Forget about, oh, I'm gonna have me so fun. Oh, I'm gonna have me so fun. All that stuff is cool and memorable, but it takes so long to get. Like, if you can edit this movie down to about an hour, probably an hour. But it's a classic in its own right, so I had to get it. I was like, it's $20. Let me pick it up. I was curious. I was more curious about it. Like, I wonder what it looks like. I wonder what a 1987 UHD movie looks like. And it looks pretty much it looks like the best possible version of it, but still some of it is like kind of rough. Whether it's in camera kind of rough or they just didn't go back and clean. But honestly, there aren't a lot of like quote unquote dirty segments. Like, you don't see like little squiggles and dirt in the film like when you go to a movie theater. Of course that wouldn't be it because they transfer it from the on a machine, so it shouldn't be any dirt between the optics. But yeah, it's rough. So I got that, we watched that, I was like, okay, whatever. Then I got I got these all together. I also wanted to talk about Mortal Machines. Is that, no, not Mortal Machines. Mortal Cities. The movie that Peter Jackson's making. I'll talk about that after I talk about these. Cause yeah. So the next one was what was it? It was Brain is not working. Brain is not working. I saw it with Bridget and it was Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? A City of 1,000 Worlds, whatever it was. I think it was Planet. So I got that because I was like, oh man, I want to see how pretty it looks. They didn't have a UHD version, so I ended up getting the Blu-ray version, which was only $6. So I was like, you know what? $6, sure. It's kind of close to UHD, not really, but surprisingly enough, Blu-rays on the Xbox One X, upscaled UHD to 4K on the screen, look pretty damn good. It looked better than Predator UHD, I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, it does look good, but I'm absolutely sure that the UHD version will look 1,000 times better. And I'll probably get that when I could find it on sale somewhere, but I only spent $6 on this. So it's okay. It's a Fifth Element type of movie. If you, I mean, it's a Luc Besson. That's the movie. So I'm like, there's a lot of cool stuff about the movie, like how there's a part where they go to this place. It's called what the heck is it called? Mega Mall or something? Mega Shop. So it's like the biggest mall in the galaxy. There's over a million shops, blah blah blah, and it's in a different dimension. So you have to put on these like virtual VR glasses, and they go into a different dimension. It's weird. So Valerian, he's the lead character. He was in 3 different dimensions basically. So it's the regular dimension where you walk in, and then there's the shop dimension where the actual mall is, and then there's another dimension where all the sellers are, where all the business happens. So he was in like 2 of them at the same. It was crazy. I was like, okay, that's pretty clever. I think one of the problems, well, not the problem, but one of the things about this movie is that a lot of it is green screen or blue screen, depending. So you get that feeling. It's like, oh, there's a lot of. It's not. I mean, it's well done, but it's still. There's like what would they say? 2,800 effects. Was it 100? Yeah, it had to be that many. They said like the Fifth Element had like 180 effect shots. They said this movie had close to 3,000. I was like, dang, it was a lot. I was like, man, it looked good. I got it just to look at the pretty pictures, basically. The chemistry between Valerian and wow, what was her name? I forgot her name. I was gonna say Lucy Liu. That's not her name, obviously. But it was okay. I didn't realize that the actress that plays female lady girl, whatever her name is, she's crazy. She's a goofball. So, and then you look at her performance, like, wow, she's a good actor, because she does not, her personality, unless she was playing it up to the camera on the behind the scenes stuff, nothing like her character on the screen. I'm like, wow, she's good. And also, so that's a good movie. It's good Blu-ray. Also, I bought Suicide Squad for $4. I was like, look, this is super cheap. Got to get it. Never saw it. Got to get it. And she's in that too, as whatever. Huntress, Vamptress, whatever her name is. She's supposed to be the bad guy, I guess. I had it spoiled for me, so it doesn't matter. I just wanted to watch it. But that, and then there was I bought Ready Player One because and those are all Blu-ray. The only UHD one I got was Predator. I mean, I think they had that in UHD, but it was like $20. I'm like, I need deals, son. You know, you give me a $5 UHD, I'm there. I'm getting it. But you know, there wasn't, so I got the Blu-ray. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. And that was good. I mean, I saw it in the theater, but Bridget never saw it because I was like, there's a lot of fast-moving stuff in that their movie. You might get a little nauseous. So I bought it, and she saw it. She's like, I like it. I like the messages and the characters. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, it's good. I'm trying to think if there's anything about Ready Player One. I can't speak on Valerian that much because I mean I like what they did, but I don't know what it was. I think he tried to be charismatic, but it didn't feel like it worked. I think it might have been him. I think it might have been his performance. Not that it was bad, but I don't think he's that type of leading man. He's usually the bad guy. He's the bad guy in Spider-Man. In Amazing Spider-Man, he was Harry. Harry. He's the son. He was in that other movie, the superhero movie that wasn't a superhero movie, and Michael B. Jordan in it, and some other dude. Where he had the superpowers. They like touched some alien spaceship or something. He got the superpowers, and then they started fighting and stuff. It was crazy. I have that movie too, but I forgot what it was called. But anyway, he was in that. He always plays kind of quirky, weird dudes. So him being like the hunky, well, he wasn't hunky, but him being the leading man didn't feel like if The Rock. I mean, it doesn't. No, I'm not saying The Rock should be. But I'm saying if The Rock was the leading dude in Valerian, it would be way better, but it wouldn't fit because he's not. He doesn't look the type. I think he might be too big, muscles, you know. So they needed somebody like Chris Hemsworth would have been okay. Yeah, no, I don't know who would be a better Valerian. I don't know. That's a hard decision. I don't know, but not him. But he wasn't bad, but I think someone could have done a better job. But anyway, enough about the movies that I got for cheap. Well, let me see. Ready Player One. I'm trying to think if there was anything that I missed, but I don't think there was. It's a good movie. So let me look up that movie. I forgot what it was called. It's called Mortal Engines. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. Mortal Engines. There we go. Mortal Engines. Go to IMDb. So, Mortal Engines. Is Derek H in chat? Let me see. H is in chat. Okay. So, Mortal Engines is a movie that Peter Jackson. Godly. Okay. Mortal Engines is a movie that Peter Jackson is making. He is a Kiwi. I believe he's from New Zealand. Whatchamacallit. But so I saw this I mean, he's directing it. Okay, he's not. Wait, is this the same movie? Yeah, it's the same one. But he's not directing it. So, Christian Rivers? Are you sure he's not directing? I guess he's not directing it. Yeah. But anyway, he's producing it or he's doing something. He's in there somewhere. So it's about. I guess they're on Earth. I don't know what happened to the planet. But all the cities are vehicles, basically. So London's a vehicle. Other places are vehicles. The cities are vehicles. So let me just read this little synapse. Not really a synapse, but a mysterious woman named Hester Shaw joins forces with Anna Fang, a dangerous outlaw with a bounty on her head, and Tom Natsworthy, an outcast from London, to lead a rebellion against a giant predatory city on wheels. And I believe London is the giant city, and I believe Hugo Weaving is the evil man. But the thing that I thought about when I saw this, and I was like, oh, that's a cool, because what Peter Jackson was like, when was like it's very rare that you go to a movie and you see something on the screen that you've never seen before. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then I realized that it's very similar in concept, but not, but yes, to The Ship with Red Hair. In that there are factions that are on these mobile cities, if you will. Now, I don't know how big each city is, but the possibility of a city like London, a mega city, being multiple millions is definitely possible. And the thing is that London, I would assume London, and I guess other bigger cities, or maybe just London, eats the other city. It like eats the city. It's the city eats the other little city and kind of merges it with its own city to make it bigger. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Now, I don't think that's part of Ship with Red Hair, but I'm saying as far as the factions and the different cities and the different kind of cultures and ideologies that exist within the cities, I was like, yeah, that's kind of similar to Ship with Red Hair, man. That's a good idea. Of course, I read the Ship with Red Hair before I realized that this movie was similar in that way, because I remember, I think I saw the teaser and I was like, oh, big cities running around, yeah, okay, that's cool, whatever. But I didn't do the connection. And I think I read the Ship with Red Hair before I even saw the first one of this. Anyway. Plot summary. Is it synopsis? Oh, no synopsis. Yeah, I already read. Okay. But yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention, that Mortal Engines, the brain behind Mortal Engines and the brain behind the Ship of Red Hair, both crazy smart people making good stuff. Hurry up and finish writing that, Derek H. What's wrong with you? I want to read the rest of that. And then I was going to say, shop it to Weta. And then there you go. Or maybe Luc Besson wants to make another space. He probably has a lot of assets from Valerian that he wants to reuse. That was funny. They did, going back to Star Trek, they had there was a space station in the motion picture, and they flipped it upside down as the science space station in Wrath of Khan. I was like, oh wow! And they showed it back to back. I was like, oh wow, they were saving money. But you know, that's what you do. You know, it's all good. But yeah, that's all I am. There's nothing too much else. This is coming out soon. It's December 14th, right? December 13th. December 13th. Or it says December 4th. Oh no, December 13th is probably the Thursday night. So, I'm going to. I mean, we got to see the Harry Potter junk first before we go see Mortal Engines or anything. I don't know if I mean, it's a lot of cool movies coming up, but I don't know if I want to see that in the theater. You know, I'm not sold on it yet. I'm like, I mean, it looks cool. I do want to watch it, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to go to the movies for now. You know. And what else is coming out in December? Well, there's some movies. I mean, movies. There's some games coming out, but I don't remember. Isn't well, Battlefield 5 is supposed to be coming out, or did it come out already? Yeah, I think it came out Friday, right? 26th. Wow, I don't remember. I don't remember, but that's okay. Let's see. I'll do V. La la. I guess it's out already. I think it. Yeah, I think it is. I think I saw it in a store. Just came out. Black Friday. Friday is back. Excuse me. So, there's been a lot of discussion about. Well, no, I'm not gonna talk about that. But Fallout. Fallout 76. I think I talked about this last week. But one more again. What? I mean, I've never been interested in Fallout. I said this last. But I mean, it's like IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. That's bad. When IGN gives your game a 5 out of 10, how does a huge company, game studio, publisher, whatever, like Bethesda, make Fallout 76? I mean, I know how they do it. I don't know why they do it. But how is it such a piece of hot garbage? And why? Like, if Fallout 4 didn't come out and this was Fallout 4, it probably wouldn't have done as bad. It still would be bad because it still is bad because of netcode or whatever else. I've watched so many videos of it. I'm like, man, I mean, the world looks okay, but I don't want it doesn't look good enough for me to want to play the game. And then I listened to the Giant Bomb. Jeff Gershman was like, no one on staff wants to keep playing this game. So they're not reviewing Fallout 76. I was like, damn, you know you got issue when the whole outlet is like, nah, yeah, we don't want to play this no more. Yeah, so we're not gonna review it. That's bad. I mean, even IGN was like, ugh. They had to get some scrub. Well, I mean, Tyrell is not a scrub, but they had to get somebody. I guess he felt like a scrub because he had to play that stupid game. But I mean, he probably didn't know going in. But yeah, it's the hot garbage. And then you look at, I've been seeing a lot of videos for Red Dead Redemption 2. And now, oh, it's not as good as you think it is, or blah, blah. I'm like, well, guess what? Better than Fallout 76. There's 2 open world games that just came out. Guess which one's better? Guess which one I will play over the other. I will eventually play. Like, Red Dead. I'm waiting for that to go on sale and online to come up and all this good stuff. Anyway, and also I've been looking at some Forza Horizon videos because I'm like, I'm doing the weekly challenges because they, oh, get this car, do these things, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I keep doing that. So that's kind of the hook that they have right now in Forza Horizon. It's like every week is a brand, because every week is a season. Every season has its own challenges, and every season has a highlighted car or a car. So you get the car, or if you have the car, you drive it, and you do these. It's like 4 different things with that one car, and you get Forzathon bucks, and you go in the Forzathon store and you get a lot of legendary items and stuff. So it's cool. I was like, oh, okay. I got the Windows shutdown. I got that. That's in the game. I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. But I'm looking. Excuse me. I've been looking at glitch. There's a lot of glitches in Forza Horizon that I didn't realize, but they're specific in that you have to work for them. So a lot of it is surrounded. Some of it is online stuff, but most of it is you have to. There are custom races you can do. It's called blueprint races, so you can make your own race wherever on the map. So a lot of it is, you want to get inside the castle, and then you just have the finish line right at the castle wall, and then it pops you when you spawn after a race. It'll pop you inside the castle, so you can kind of explore places where you can't get to, which is cool. But at a certain point, when you're in a place where you're not supposed to be, you'll fall through the map if you go too far off the grid, if you will. From what I've seen, I haven't tried it out yet, but I did that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So as awesomely excellent as Forza Horizon 4 is, there's still more stuff to do. Besides the stuff they purposefully put in the game, I'm going to do some glitchy stuff. I just want to mess around with the game and kind of break it, but not. There's some speed glitches, but I'm not going through that. But yeah, there's some cool stuff. Also, I finished The Observer, the Rutger Hauer game. That's it's on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, check it out. It's a psychological horror trippy cyberpunk game. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's from the same studio that made Layers of Fear with the crazy painter or whatever in the house. That was more scary. This one's still scary, and there's some kind of gross parts as far as kind of just like fleshy morphing things everywhere. It's pretty trippy at points. It's kind of there's a cat and mouse part a couple of times, pretty scary. Yeah, well, not for free, but for a Game Pass game, that was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, that's all right. Rutger Hauer, his voice acting is Rutger Hauer, so it's not like, oh, it's the best ever. It's Rutger Hauer. It's old Rutger, and Rutger Hauer was in Valerian, so I was like, oh wow, worlds collide. But that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. There was a couple of jump scares. One jump scare, the last jump scare that happened, didn't scare me. Because I was like, I'm always kind of looking in, and there's like TVs everywhere, playing stupid stuff. I went up to this one TV that wasn't really playing, and it like turned on real quick, like, it was supposed to be a jump scare. It didn't scare me. I was like, I think I'm done. I'm more worried about the monster about to kill me. There was a monster in one part. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you like the psychological cyberpunk horror. It's really kind of gross body modification stuff, but not crazy, but still, yeah, it's pretty, yeah. But, and it's pretty claustrophobic at points. And pretty much all the way. But yeah, it's good. What else? I'm trying to think. I played a little Sea of Thieves, but I just stopped again because I was like, I have to get, like, recently, I've been on that kick where I was like, if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna finish the game. I want to finish these games. I don't like playing the game and then stopping, and it feels like you're like, I didn't finish the game. So, like when I finished Sunset Overdrive, like got all of the collectibles, I was like, okay, good. And that was kind of the jump off. And then I finished the Observer, which isn't that. It's not a short game, but it's not a super long game. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe it's 10 hours or something like that. It's not, it's a game. Forza Horizon, I haven't finished, quote unquote finished, but I've collected all of the signs, and I found all of the I have one barn to find, and wow, just left my brain. I got all the boards. I didn't get all the barn finds. I did all the ramps, the danger signs. I just have to kind of empty out the map, but I don't think that's that type of game. It's basically, how much, it's just a fun game to play, basically. So, and I want to mess with those kind of mods, messing with the stuff to see. Oh, and they keep updating it. Oh. They keep updating it, so that they had extra paint options. I was like, oh, cool. So that was pretty dope. But yeah, that was alright. What else? Was there other stuff happening in the universe? Not a lot, I guess, because Black Friday and all that good stuff. A lot of deals. Wow, okay. Jeez. Oh no, I talked about that last. That's Sony. PlayStation news. Oh yeah, that wrongful ban for the PlayStation. What was it? Come on, man. I don't want to Sony Michael, whatever his name is. Sony reverses wrongful ban of PlayStation 4 player due to offensive PSN ID. PSN IDs. Why is that so whack? Anyway, a lot of it is Sony. Is it Michelle or Michael? I guess it's Michelle. Sony Michelle. Injury. Sony Michelle. But yeah, a lot of it is Sony Michelle, and a lot of it is Sony reinstates banned PSN ID. Sony announces 2 mysterious Spider-Man universe movie release dates. Wait, what? All right, I'm like, huh? What the hell is this? Venom 2. Sony announces 2 mysterious Spider-Man universe movie release. Okay, let's see. Justin Kroll. I don't know who that is. Sony dates 2 untitled Marvel Spidey spin-offs. First is a non-sequel opening July 10th, 2020. Second is a sequel opening October 2nd, 2020. My guess is Morbius for July date and Venom sequel for October. Story coming shortly. We already knew about Morbius. Whatever. I have no faith. Even though I haven't seen Venom yet. I still have no faith. I still have no faith in Sony. What are they gonna do for us today? Nothing, probably. They'll ban you for having some bad PSN ID. But I can't change my PSN ID. Too bad, sucker. Should have thought of that before. $99 Google Hub. No, I don't want. I think I spent all of my. An NPD and analyst says PS5 and next Xbox may get announced next year. I guarantee you that the next PlayStation is getting announced next year. That's why they skipped E3, so they can hold their own event to announce it. And they'll probably go after E3. Right after E3, they're going to be like, guess what? PlayStation's holding a meeting. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, what's his name got hired to the initiative? The guy from Insomniac Games got hired for the initiative, the Microsoft studio. I'm like, oh. He was the director of Sunset Overdrive and the Resistance trilogy, Resistance Fall of Man for the PS3. He did those games. I was like, oh, okay. You know, those were all good games. Resistance was good. I mean, it's trying to be, you know, but it wasn't, you know, super dope, but it wasn't horrible. Sony PlayStation 5 rumors around it more powerful than Xbox One X. Guess what? Captain Obvious at segment next. It better be more powerful than the next Xbox. I mean the Xbox One X. Because if it ain't, then y'all don't. What the hell? What's the point? Don't make no sense. Here's the thing. So rumors is that the Xbox One S is going to come out without a disk drive, making it a sub 199. So look at me. If it's like 150, 149, look, if it was $99, if they could squeeze a $99 diskless Xbox One X, that would be dope. If they could do it without a hard drive for $99, that would be more like a streaming box. And then you just plug in your hard drive and go. Get to go to town. You know what I mean? Just like having a second Xbox, you know. But the problem with that is that it loses some value because the drive in the S is a 4K Blu-ray player. So one of the selling points of the S is that it's a cheap 4K Blu-ray player, you know, and it plays video games and does all that other stuff. So, but if they take it out, you know, it's not going to bring down the cost a lot because what is it, the $30 part maybe at most, and probably less. But I don't know how they can. I want to know how much money they are making off of each system. I want to know how much it costs to make an Xbox One S. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's less than. It's obviously less than $299. Obviously, but is it less than $199? I don't know. And without the disc drive, it would be because they don't have to pay licensing anymore for Blu-rays and Blu-ray technology. Less parts, the actual drive itself. You know, they can redesign the actual motherboard to be more efficient, economical, cooler, so less cooling. I mean, everything shrinks. Everything's cooler, runs better, it's cheaper. Yeah, so ideal price would be $150. Out the gate, $149 for the Xbox One Super S. Minus D. S minus D. The D-less S. SD. No. S minus D. Sounds doesn't sound better, but makes sense. So that's rumored to come out next year in 2019. So ergo therefore, if that comes out and that's cheaper than the cheapest PlayStation, right? And Sony's running out of here's the thing. Sony's running out of exclusives for the PlayStation 4. So I have a theory. Here's my theory. My theory is that the remaining games that are scheduled to come out that Sony announced, the games that Sony announced, Last of Us 2, Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, and what's the other one? Days Gone, Last of Us 2, Ghosts, and what is the last game? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Ugh. What is the last game? What is the last game? It's probably like I hate it. Big Man says, "Oh, that Aquaman trailer looks kind of cool." Yeah, it does. I think Aquaman looks way better than anything that they've made so far on the DC side. PS4 remaining games. That was a search for 2019. Probably not. Oh, Death Stranding. Okay. So Death Stranding. Okay, so the one Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, Days Gone. I think Days Gone is the closest game. Days Gone is the closest game. Well, I'll say Days Gone and Last of Us 2 are the two closest games that probably would come out. Here's the thing. If they're not going to be at E3 to show off these games, I mean, either they're going to have their own thing or they are prepping these games for the PS5 as launch titles. So think about it. These are 4 games that they have, right? They're coming out with let's pretend that they're coming out with the PlayStation 5 in 2020. Hold the games for a year. You have 4 exclusives, son. 4 exclusives. Why would you waste them on a PS4? Or, this is what they could do a PS4 and a PS5 version. But that would mean that the PS5 is not backwards compatible. Because that makes no sense. To be like, oh, here's your PS4 version and the PS5 version. You're getting off on the wrong steps. Getting off on the wrong stride. You see? Got me all excited. Making me drop my microphone in my pee-pee. But so if these games are PS4 games and they're coming out for PS4, that means that 4 games, if the PlayStation 5 is coming out in 2020, let's say fall, then these 4 games need to come out between 2019 through 2020. It's close to 20 months or so, right? They could do it. 1 a quarter. Oh, wait, that's actually one. That's more than that, but 2 a year, or I'd say 3 in 2019 and the last one in 2020, early 2020, and then they'll do PS5 versions, which will be 4K 60 frames. And if there is not backwards where you bought the game for the PS4 and it doesn't work for a PS5, which is a update for free, then they have huge problems on there. Huge. Because people did it. When they bought the PlayStation 3, they bought The Last of Us, and then they bought it on PS4. Yeah, okay. But how can they do that again and again and again? You know? Are they just going to throw away the PS4's library, that lead, and isolate the PS4 as its own thing? And then the PS5, it's like, oh, this is new. This is more better. This is more powerful. There's no reason why you can't play the PS4 games on it. If it is so that you can't, the reason is they don't want you to. And that's a problem. And people are realizing that. Because Microsoft is showing everybody, look, backwards compatibility is possible. We could do it. We did it. Good to go. Well, I played Crackdown. Crackdown's free until I think you got 5 more days to the 30th, I think. And I was like, okay, the first, Crackdown's like, it's Crackdown, whatever. And then in 4K, man, I'm like, yo, how? Okay, so Crackdown's kind of not a bad game. It's kind of like a fun sandbox game, and it looks really good in 4K. I'm like, so okay, if Crackdown 3 is just like Crackdown except looks way better, that's kind of enough. But I know it's more than that because of the whole multiplayer destruction thing. So I'm like, I think Crackdown 3 might actually be really good. And that's crazy. Big Man in chat says, anyone think Atlantis looks like Underwater Wakanda? Sure. Except a little bit more moist. Probably. But yeah. It's weird how Sony's just dropping off the face of the planet. Like, like, oh, we're not doing any game. We're not doing any nope. And I'm like, how y'all got 4 more games until, and that's the thing. It's like, yo, are they gonna not have any games for the PS5 launch, like exclusives? The whole thing that is now what defines what the PlayStation is. Exclusives are so good. Remaining tax 26. Hello. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out, Parish. Cut off. I'm good. How are you? But yeah, I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do? I mean, obviously they have a plan because they pulled out of E3 and they didn't do a PSN. So either they're holding back in order to not get people tired of these games they already announced, because they're gonna show the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, or they're gonna go radio silent and not show anything and just be like, bye-bye, PlayStation 5, look at these dope games, and then it's those 4 exclusives. And honestly, Last of Us 2 kind of looked like a PlayStation 5 game. That didn't look like a PlayStation 4 game. It was a little too nice. You know what I'm saying? Like the animation blending and all. I was like, okay, I mean, the PlayStation 5 could maybe do that, yeah. I mean, it would be screaming like, whoosh, like about to take off in your living room, but it could probably do that. But I think it would be easier for a PlayStation 5, and then they just bump down the resolution on the PlayStation 4 version or Pro or whatever. And what happens to the Pro? Pro's $399. The rumor is that the PlayStation 5 is going to be $500. Like, oh man, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, the X is $500. Well, it's four now. Get that deal, that Black Friday deal. I think it's still $4. So them pulling out and all these things could backfire on them, because the whole cycle, this whole generation has been about hype, about Sony hype, about all these games. Oh, the games are best on the PlayStation, until they weren't the best on the PlayStation. All third-party games, not anymore. So they can't lean on that stuff when they don't have their exclusives to shine. So what do? They cancel E3. They don't go to E3 because they're like, uh-oh, we don't have the third parties anymore. which is what I predicted. I was like, though, the X is going to play all third-party games better. Everybody else was like, it's not about that. It's all about the exclusives. Okay. If it's all about the exclusives and Sony's killing it, whatever, why aren't they having an E3? They have the exclusives. Why aren't they having an E3? It's not enough. That's why. It's not all about the exclusives. The proof that it's not all about the exclusives is that they canceled PSX this year and they canceled E3 next year. Literally like a year worth of freaking announcements and hype. They canceled it because they didn't have it all. They don't have the third party to help them, to back them up when their first party is dwindled or weak or not there. In the beginning of this generation, they had the third party support. Now they don't. I mean, they still have those deals or whatever, but those deals are worthless because when you go on and you watch all these videos, they're not talking about, oh, the PlayStation 4 is the best version. No. It's Xbox. All these kids are watching YouTube videos and like, oh man, the Xbox version, we gotta get that. All these people who are journalists or whatever, work in the industry, go out and get Xboxes because that's the best version. So when it comes down to it, if you want to play the ultimate premium dopest, oh, this is the hottest third party game out there, and you don't play it on PlayStation, or you start on PlayStation and say, you know what, I want to get the best version, the better version, and you go buy a $500 console just to play one game, you know you got a problem. And then Sony's like, dang, son, if Brian Altano went out and got a Xbox just to play Red Dead, they can't rely on, oh, we got these marketing deals. They wasted their money on the marketing deal because everybody who knows anything about anything was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get X. Don't care about your commercials. I already know about the game. Plays best on the X, according to Digital Foundry. And I know, Eric Cartman 47. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Rants. I'm running out of rant fuel, actually. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just like, they don't have the third party support. They don't. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate. I got the follow. I got the. I don't have a. Wait, do I have? I got some whales or something. I got so much stupid skills. Let me see. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Where is it? Oh. I'll give you this one. Thank you. Preach. Where's the other ones? I like these skills. Hold on. Distracted now. Where's the whale? I had the whale. Hype. Ice. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Sunglasses. There's a rock. Hands. There's a taco. There's paper. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Where's the scissors? Oh, avocado toast. That's dope. Oh, there's the scissors. Oh, I guess you can play rock, paper, scissors, and that's clever. Look at all these little badges. I have so many points. Wait, I gotta. Oh, I'm not level 90 yet. I gotta get level 90 so I can get the. Is that a poo emoji with glasses? And you get one of these. Boom! Thank you. Anyway. Shoot. I might have to watch some more streams and get the clicking, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just like I'm thinking about, you know, this year's over. I'm thinking about next year, games coming out, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, the Game Awards is coming up soon. It's a couple of weeks or next week, whenever it is. That'll be interesting. A lot of God of War, a lot of Red Dead was on there. I think Red Dead should win over God of War. Yeah, I think it should win. God, because it does so many different things. You know, even God of War is a good game. I'm not gonna say it's not, but Red Dead is just like, it's on another level. You know, it's not as linear. It's super open world. You can do, I mean, it even with all the glitches, right? It's still kind of fun. Like I watch these glitch videos of there's so many Red Dead Redemption because it's all the horse crashes basically. But I'm entertained every time because I'm like, yep, okay. And then one dude sitting on the other dude's lap, and I'm like, okay, that happened a couple times already, and it's great. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's broken, but it's funny. So, I mean, that's a game I'll get and I'll play, and I don't know how I'm gonna play it. If there was it's the online portion that's gonna really kind of see what it is, because GTA 5 online GTA Online, whatever it's called, kind of set a little bit of expectation. You're like, okay, that's dope. You got all these crazy races and all these crazy things to do, right? I was like, okay, that's dope. And all the little heists and this and that. Like, yeah, that's dope. So how can they do that in Red Dead without breaking the fourth wall? Basically, having it make sense still within the confines of the time period that the game takes place in. Or are they going to do like the Nightmare, the Red Dead Redemption, the zombie thing they did? I forgot what it's called. Are they going to do that as a mode? That would be okay. Yeah. Or can they, like, how many people can they have on a server? You know? Can they do a battle royale thing in Red Dead Redemption? That would actually that would be interesting. A battle royale in the Red Dead Redemption, or like if they section off a section of the map, not too big. That might be interesting. Like cowboys, you got your guns and you got your horses and you're sneaking around and but no Deadeye or whatever it's called. They have to disable that. Although that's one of the better parts of it. Kind of like Fallout 76, they took the VATS out and now it's garbage. You realize that VATS is the best part of Fallout when you take it out of the game and the game is garbage. Sub-Z is in chat. He says, Esgee, I was kind of turned off when I saw the Klingons on Star Trek Discovery. What the F were those things? Yeah. I didn't realize that I didn't know that they were Klingons until someone like said these are the Klingons. I was like, oh. And I didn't watch. I think, like I said, I watched like a 10-minute whatever preview, and I think at the end of that preview they showed a bit of the Klingon. They were saying whatever Klingon stuff, and they were in that dark ship, and it was red and dark and stuff, and he was all super black. I was like, who that? What? That's not a Klingon. And I think they explained it, but I was like, I don't care. I didn't. But yeah, winding down the show. I don't know what else did I have. Red Dead Redemption stuff. I'll definitely get that game. Not Fallout, never, no. And that, like, they're using the same engine, well, supposedly using the same engine for Starfield and everything else on the new Elder Scrolls, and I'm like, oh, please. I mean, it's broke as hell. So I don't know. I'm just like, look, Crackdown's becoming more interested to me once I saw that latest trailer, the gameplay, and with all the destruction, I was like, oh, that looks way better than whatever they were showing before. It's like, I was like, why does this look, why am I feeling this more than what was before? Was it all the negative press around it? It's like, oh, that looks like garbage, and then it kind of bleeds into your brain. You're like, oh yeah, it's garbage. Kind of get zombified, become a Me Too, not in a Me Too sense, but you know, the bandwagoneers, if you will. But this time that didn't happen. I think it just happened. And then people were negative about the whole XO event, XO18, but not specifically about Crackdown. Huh? So I mean, people are like, oh, that was so boring, blah, blah, blah. But I think that, well, first and foremost, the XO18 was basically an advertisement for Game Pass. They were like, Game Pass, this is on Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. Look at that Game Pass. And I was like, okay, I get it, Game Pass. And it's kind of alluring, and they could do that. It's their show. They can sell their stuff. That's the whole purpose of these shows. Look at my stuff. Look how cool it is. It's coming out this date. Go buy it right now. Pre-orders now. Whatever. So don't be fooled. Don't be like, oh, what is it's like a big commercial. All these shows are big commercials. What do you think PSX is? Still a big commercial. Like, oh, it's a fan fest for the fans. No. It's all a commercial. They're all trying to sell more. But even though I realized that it was a commercial, watching that Crackdown bit, and what happened is, I said this last week, I played Crackdown, the re-up, the 4K version on Xbox One X, and I was like, oh, okay, I remember this game is actually pretty good. And then I saw the footage of Crackdown 3, and I was like, I feel kind of like, I think I'm getting a hypey hype here or whatever. And I saw the car, and I remember that, you level up your car transforms. I was like, oh, I like that part. Then I saw it in the thing, like, okay, that's pretty good there, right there. Everything about Crackdown 3 is like is a better version of Crackdown, which is, yes, that's what it's supposed to be. Plus, it's better as far as the multiplayer stuff. So if they can, like I said, the only problem I had with the original Crackdown was that the story bits, even though playing it now, I think it's better than I remember, but still, the encounters with the actual bosses needed to be a little bit more fleshed out. Hire a couple of, or just use some people in your office, or hire a few actors, do some voice work, just simple little cutscenes or whatever. Have it tied in. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Just something, and that's the extra little sprinklings you need on top of Crackdown 3 to make it boom. That's what the original Crackdown, the original Crackdown had that, like a couple cinematics between each boss, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat you up, and then boom, and then you fight them, and then they're dying, like, oh man, you got me, I'm dead, but you better watch out for Carlos, he gonna get you, And then you're like, then Agent comes on and goes, the voice, he goes, Agent, Carlos, the thing that they were talking about is this guy, but Carlos Camanazria. Then it's like, oh, it's all tied together like one story cohesively. Something simple. It doesn't need to be super complicated or deep stories with branching paths. It doesn't have to be. It can be a diamond, basically, is what all these stories are anyway. It's a diamond. You start here, you go here, you go here, go here, and it all ends up at the same conclusion. So I think, with the extra time that they put into this game, I think that they could have done that. And if you look at the structure of the first Crackdown, all you have to do is add in freaking. It's like when you watch like gameplay of Spider-Man, when you play Spider-Man, or even I don't know if Sunset Overdrive has it that much, but Spider-Man, like the boss monsters are kind of fight. Well, Spider-Man's talking the most part, but the boss dudes might fight a little bit or say a little bit of stuff and da da da. So that's what you gotta do. Add that little dialogue stuff within the fight, and add a couple of cutscenes before and after, and tie them all together loosely, if you will, whatever. That's it. If the first Crackdown had that, I think it would be a way better experience on this kind of story side, the narrative side, because the narrative is just like, whatever. It's there, but not really. The best part of Crackdown is running around collecting orbs, which is going to be in the 3, of course. So that's going to be there, but like if they can improve on the other parts, then boom, we're good to go. So I'm getting Crackdown 3. It's going to be on Game Pass. So I'm going to play the hell out of that, you know what I mean? February 15th, baby. That's close. That's like 2 months, 3 months, or 2 months away. 2.5 months away. Yeah. And I'm going to take most of January off too. I took most of November off. Pretty much all November off. I'm going to take most of January off because I got days. I'm like, yo, give me another 3 weeks, yo. Peace out. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Now that I got my audio set up, you hear all my crispy clean. You hear how delicious I sound right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start doing the music like that. One of these, you know what I mean? So this is, like I said, one of the track. This is a contender for the title track for the game I'm working on with my fellows, Rafa and Brian, and the other guys that I can't remember. There's another Steven as well. But I think I want to push this one ahead, because I did another track which it was alright, but I didn't like. This one has a little bit of soul in it. Not soul like the soul music, but it has something in there. Just feels like it feels pretty and epic, and you know. But anyway, so that's my. You can't see it on the screen, but that's my. I'm doing a laptop, a computer, whatever. Everybody does it now. So that's where it's at. So now I can use that as. Now I can get the music on and do it that way, and all games. Well, I won't be streaming on all games for that, but through Twitch and Twitch and YouTube and Mixer, I will be. So I'm gonna try to do that consistently throughout the week, because I need to, and to do this music and do the music and do the stream at the same time. It's all good. But anyway, appreciate y'all everybody hanging out. Eric Cartman 47, appreciate the follow. Remaining Tax 27, appreciate you hanging out. Kaijudo, appreciate you being in Twitch. Subzy, appreciate you being in Discord. Big Man Burr, Kai, I said that already. Tiger Claw, Billy OK, Pacey McGracy, and everybody else who's in there. Sully Warham, all you guys. Derek H, I know you in there. No, he's in there. All you guys, appreciate you hanging out. DZ Nate, did you win? No, that's not how much it is again. So yeah, so I'm gonna be streaming. I'll be streaming throughout the week my music creation sessions, so you can watch me make the music. I don't know if I'll have the mic on, but I'll definitely have chat up. I just built it up a little bit. I'll have chat up so I can read you guys, and then I'll flip on the mic, be like, "What's up?" You know, I'll try. I've never done it, and also I don't have video out from that computer for streaming purposes, so I'll probably have to set up an external camera just to capture that. But I know that's the getaway, but the more important part is the sound, right? So that's what I'm concentrating on. Know what I mean? Levels straight, yeah. Try. Blew it out. I blew it out. I blew it out. Blew it out. Yeah. Maybe that's better. But anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out. I'll see y'all during the week, I guess. But I'll see you for next week, our Nightcast, where we talk about all kind of stuff and nothing relevant. Yay! Tilt the weight, all games. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, if y'all want allgames.com/live, that's where you're supposed to go. I was supposed to say that way like 2 hours ago. That's where the stuff is, allgames.com/live. Everything's there. Go there. Check it out. Tilt the weight. Yeah. Bring it up, y'all. Is a little loud there. My voice. I'm still working on these levels. Yeah. Everybody wanna rock. Everybody wanna roll. Everybody wanna stroll. Everybody want patrol, but you can't, cause you a troll. Internet, interwets. Wait. I got interwets right here, cause it's hot in here. Need to turn on the AC, my dear. When I hear, when I fear, when I smear, when I shear, when I tear up. I don't care, I don't give up. I don't care, I don't give it up. Never. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Tilt weight.